Hey guys, welcome back. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. Today's Thursday. We're one day away from Friday and the weekend. And yesterday I started off with a quick video that I recorded, just walking Max, taking him for his morning walk. And then Michelle and I, we hit the gym. We had a business meeting for breakfast after the gym. That business meeting spilled over into several mimosas, which then triggered her Scroll Tribe live stream, which was a lot of fun. And then from there, we went on and did a few other things. She scheduled a Scroll Tribe 2.0 live stream, while I actually went and followed up and helped my buddy Tiano with his channel and his video. And I honestly should have timed myself, because in the live stream, because I did a live stream yesterday too. So in my live stream yesterday, I shared how I thought that it would take me about an hour to edit his video. And I think I was right at about an hour, and it might have been a little over. It's interesting because I have an editing style that I use. It's just natural to me. But I also was editing a video for someone who wasn't me, and the recording format was something I haven't really done before. So it was all like a new learning experience. But I think it worked out pretty good. It's actually kind of funny how these things work, because it was explained to me that, as you begin to edit and you really kind of get it going, the video will then begin to edit itself. And it didn't really make sense when I first heard it, but it made sense after I began editing more and getting better at it, or at least I think, to the point of which it feels like these videos are kind of editing themselves. Now, granted, I do think that editing, it has its place, right? Some videos need it, some videos don't. Some videos use it and some videos shouldn't. Like, for instance, it kind of gets overdone. But I do think that oftentimes you have quite possibly the ability to tell a story really, really well, just flat out, just start to finish. But then other times, in order to really try to bring the audience into the story that you're trying to tell, you're going to need some editing to potentially help boost that and maybe pump up the energy that may have been reduced. Because another thing that I was told, or I learned, or I feel like could potentially be truthful and accurate, is that the camera and video and YouTube and all these different, streaming platforms, they reduce who you are by 10%. So in essence, you need to be like 115%, so that when it gets reduced, it brings it down to who you really are. Whereas if you just record who you really are, then you're only giving the audience 90%, if that makes sense. The editing is actually part of the storytelling process. And it's actually kind of funny, because this morning I was in my YouTube Studio Analytics and I came across a mention in my comments. So my comments has my published comments, it has my held comments for review, and then it also has mention. And I realized that I was mentioned. And I was mentioned by another YouTube channel, a growing YouTube channel. And I was mentioned because I mentioned them. And if you want to know whose channel it was that mentioned me, then just do a quick search on YouTube for Kevin247, or I'm sorry, at Kevin247. It's all one word. Use the at symbol, and it should pull it up, and you should be able to find it. And with that being said, he even made a point to mention how I edited his clip from his video and I sped it up. And it's actually interesting, because sometimes I want to speed up my own videos, because I want to say things, or I speak at a certain speed, or whatever. But then I'm also feeling like, all right, I need to keep the audience interested in my video. I need to keep them entertained. So I probably need to speed this up a little bit so that it doesn't drag on too much. But then I come across other channels and other videos that maybe even have a slower pace than I do, and they perform pretty well. And it's just intriguing. I think the most intriguing part about all this is that there is no 100% precise science to it all. And there's some theories, and there's some strategies, and there's some tips and some tricks. But at the end of the day, it comes down to you, and it comes down to a little bit of luck. And luck is really important, because I have to equate it to playing the lottery. And the simple fact that odds are the more often you play, the more likely you are to get lucky and win. Maybe a prize, or better yet, the jackpot, and get rich. But if you don't play, then odds are you won't win. And the same rules apply for YouTube, at least in my opinion, is if you don't create content, if you don't press record, if you don't upload and publish, or at least go live, then odds are you're never going to win. But with that being said, I have a list here of ways in which you could potentially win on YouTube or any other platform that matter, and also make money doing it without ever actually having to record a video. So I want to run through that with you guys. But first, I'd like to point out two things. One, I'd like to point out how I did get the edit done from my buddy Tiano. His channel is Tiano and Jerry, or at Tiano and Jerry, at TIANOANDJERRY. So check it out if you would. It would be really cool if you did, because I would like for you to come back and give me feedback, or in the comment section on Tiano's channel, leave him feedback for the video, the story, the editing, everything. It would be greatly appreciated. Number two is pretty cool because, as I mentioned, I was mentioned on another YouTube channel's video as they tagged me in their video. I'm sure I've been mentioned on other videos, but if I don't get tagged, then odds are I probably won't know, because YouTube won't give me the notification. But this channel said that my channel, or at least from how he viewed it, was as a YouTube coach of some sort, at least he says. I'm paraphrasing here, which is pretty interesting, because I've had people that like strangers, comment before on what they thought my channel was. And it's interesting how someone can view my channel today and say that it looks like I'm a YouTube coach. And that's actually really cool, because that's more of the path and direction I would prefer to go and take. And I'm not going to get into it here, but I do have a long list of notes about recent news updates from the IMF, and it steps up its warning to the US over spending and ballooning debt. This is actually stemming from another video that I watched earlier about this situation, and also about the platform, YouTube. The truth, theoretically, or so it seems, as far as how it relates to negativity, bad news, doom, and gloom. I'm not going to go into it here, but if you guys do want me to talk about it, then drop a comment and let me know. And if there's enough interest, maybe that video will be coming soon, or better yet, let me know if you'd like to do it on a live stream. Now, my purpose with these videos isn't to over edit. It isn't to over edit to the point of which I need a lot of B-roll and things like that. It's more of just pattern interrupters and setting the mood and setting the vibe. And if I can, by introducing some music into the soundtrack, into the background, you know I love a good Epidemic Sound playlist. So yeah, now would be a great time to cue that music. Michelle and I, we talk about this all the time on a regular basis, is wrapping our minds around how this works. And it comes down to a simple, basic concept and principle of being liked, even if you're disliked. You can be liked to be disliked. For instance, we all know there's a particular channel right now that's heavily favored and liked by those who dislike him, that can't get enough of him for whatever reason it may be. But be that as it may, there's some intrinsic value in your video, or whatever video you're watching, whatever content you're watching or consuming, that makes you enjoy it. Granted, it may make others despise it and not be interested and not want to watch it, but for the most part, the masses, they enjoy it, and they subscribe and they come back for more, and then they engage and they comment and they talk and they chat and they go to forums and all these different things. And it just comes down to, what is it exactly that makes people like to watch your content, even if what they like watching is something that they despise? Does that make sense? How crazy is that? But the crazy part about it is, for the most part, we feel that many people can't put their finger on exactly what it is that they like. And I made the analogy yesterday with Michelle, and I said it's like going to the bar and ordering a drink, ordering an adult beverage and a cocktail, spirit, whatever, beer. And you go to the bar and you order a drink. You want the drink made and served to you, and you want the drink to taste a way that you enjoy, you like, and you want the drink quite possibly to inebriate you to a certain level, certain degree of intoxication. While this is happening, very rarely, if ever, will you think about or consider the scientific reasoning behind why the intoxication and the inebriation occurs. Because you don't really care that much about how the sausage is made. You just want the sausage. And I feel like YouTube's no different. I feel like social media content, TV, movies, news, doesn't matter. At the end of the day, you know that it provides you with a specific feeling that you enjoy, and you want to come back and get that feeling time and time again. It's not so much about the title. It's not so much about the thumbnail. It's not so much about the exact story that you're talking about, or the background, or whether you're walking and talking or you're sitting in your car, or any of these things. It's not so much. But there are certain components to this that just make you want to come back for more. And that's the key. So from my perspective as a YouTube coach or a motivator or someone to provide inspiration or help navigate consulting services for folks trying to grow their brand, trying to grow a YouTube channel, trying to build a business, trying to make money, trying to connect with an audience, build subscribers, customers, fan base, following, friends, relationship, spouse, partner, significant other. I'm solely focused on figuring out what is going to be that magic that makes people want to come back and come back again and come back more, and then also share you with others to be introduced so that they possibly maybe they want to come back as well. Now, I do realize that in doing this isn't necessarily going to connect with the masses. I get it. And therefore, from the outside looking in, there may be some opinions and judgment cast on me, myself, my channel, my vanity metrics, and that's okay. But as I've said before many times, and I'll say again, I'm solely interested in doing what I enjoy and what I love, and ultimately hoping to connect with the audience out there that I know exists that wants to connect on this level as well, and continuously pushing down that path that I had mentioned just the other day about how Myron Golden reminded me it's working even when it doesn't feel like it, okay? I have to continuously push on down my path, my chosen path for my intended purpose, to reach my intended audience, to perhaps maybe one day find it in myself, maybe on this channel, maybe on a separate channel, that magic, that spark. And in doing that, I think it's going to allow me to be even more useful and effective and successful in helping others do the same. And more so importantly, doing it from an angle and perspective that's natural and organic and raw and real, and not just clickbaity and gimmicky based on the current flavor of the week being negativity, bad news, doom, gloom, panic, stress, anxiety, worry, fear, and quite possibly just copying everybody else. Now, 2024, in a world of which dupes and clones run rampant, I think it's really, really important that we pay attention to what is happening around us and do our best to get ready and prepare for authenticity before we get replaced by AI. Really. I mean, shoot, we talked about it the other day with Best Buy, and I just saw an article this morning that Best Buy is going to try to replace its / workforce with AI. I don't know about you guys. I don't want to be replaced by AI. If anything, I want to learn how to use AI to my advantage to boost my opportunities and extend my reach and increase my efficiency with the sole purpose and goal of working less, enjoying life more. See how I squeezed that in there? Did y'all see that video? But either way, I'm gonna make this video quick, as it's already not quick, but I got a list here because YouTube provides me every day with usually an updated suggestion as it relates to analytics, and it's on my research tab. Anyone who is starting a YouTube channel or has a YouTube channel or anything like that, if you want to go through the analytics and I can show you some of these areas that can help get you going, by all means, feel free to reach out. And, my goal isn't solely to get you viral views. My goal is to accurately understand what your goals are and help you accomplish and reach those. Because if your goal is viral views, that's actually relatively pretty easy. But if your goal is actually to connect with a specific audience and deliver a specific message and actually get a specific response in return, then that's a little bit different. That takes far more strategy and purpose and intent to really hit that mark, And quite oftentimes, the goal, sole focus being making more money, well, that doesn't always translate into viral views. Because I can guarantee you guys right now, if you have a YouTube channel, if you are monetized, that that viral views don't necessarily equal more money. You know that. In addition to sustainability to continuously earn more money and maybe create some form of consistency in your revenue and pay, especially from the standpoint of passive income, where you can continuously make money because of YouTube and by way of YouTube, off of YouTube, without having to consistently and constantly create and upload and publish on YouTube. But again, I know this is a very specific message, but I want to deliver that message for those who I am specifically trying to reach and connect with and talk to. And if you want to talk back, then feel free, reach out. So today, YouTube's provided me with 3, 6, 9, 12 different suggestions for top searches, okay? And they range from how to make money, best way to earn money from YouTube, do this before work every day to make easy money, make money from home, no experience, how to earn money, business ideas, best way to make money right now, how to make money overnight, 5 proven ways to work less and make more money, how to get work from home jobs, how to get a job quickly with no experience, how to make money after work, how to become a successful content creator. I like that last one, how to become a successful content creator, because I got to tell you guys right now that number one, if you want to become a successful content creator, you have to start. You have to start and you have to maintain consistency. But even almost equally as important is you have to determine first and foremost what that success means. And it has to mean it to you and not to everybody else. Success to me doesn't equate to subscribers and views. My success is a little bit different. My goals for success as a successful content creator and my ambitious strive to reach this is not so much anything that anyone on the outside could look in and say, he's been very successful. And I have many case studies to prove this. For instance, one being Daryl Eves. And if you know who Daryl Eves is, then you probably know what I mean by this. And if you don't know who Daryl Eves is, and you're thinking about being a YouTube content creator, then I would suggest you check out who Daryl Eves is, what he's done and who he works with, and more importantly, his own YouTube channel and his metrics, or at least vanity metrics that you can see. His success, I think, is far more harder to determine from the outside looking in. And he's on a completely different path and journey than the rest of us. And I can guarantee you he's extremely successful in his own right. But be that as it may, just the other day, YouTube presented me with some ideas, or at least top search ideas, for which I then created notes. And now I'm just going to run through them really quickly, as I've been inspired to do this from a variety of different things. One being the video that I edited yesterday and we published on Tiano and Jerry, and the other being another YouTuber mentioning me, having mentioned him and stating that he thought my YouTube channel looked like coaching, and some of these top 12 searches that YouTube provided me with today. So what I have here is just a blanket headline that says, I might quit making YouTube videos and start doing this instead to earn an income online. And it's like a working title that I just decided not to necessarily use, and I'm just going to include it in this video. And I've got a list here of essentially ways that you can make money on YouTube without making videos. So I thought that this was pretty cool because I think there's a lot of people who are interested, but there's also a lot of people who are not interested in making videos, or at least being seen in videos. I think when people say making videos, I think it means recording themselves or talking to a camera or anything like that. I'm going to use this as a blanket statement. I could be right, I could be wrong. You guys let me know what you think in the comments down below. Number one is harvesting comments, okay? Harvesting comments. I'm going to run through this pretty quickly because I didn't want this video to be that long, and we're already kind of like going on and on. But this is what I do. This is what I like. This is what I enjoy, which is why I can talk about it forever and a day. But I'm not necessarily just blowing smoke or trying to gaslight anybody. These are proven. These are proven. These work. I use them. I have. I will. And I'm not the only one. But the key is, of all of these, figuring out which ones work best for you in accomplishing your goals and reaching your success and creating that magic, that connection with the audience, that we don't have this physical connection that we're trying to make virtually through this platform, through this device, whatever you're watching. So that's the key of figuring out what works best for you in accomplishing your goals, achieving your success, and in a way that is enjoyable and sustainable. So the harvesting comments is relatively simple and easy, and basically you don't have to make videos. You just rely on others to make videos, and then you use their viewers and their comment section basically to sell them products and services. Now, granted, I would hope that these products and services are of a legit nature, but we do know that there have been instances in the past where, fake accounts and bots and clones and dupes will infiltrate the comment section and ask you to Telegram them or WhatsApp them. You got to be careful with that. But it is a way in which you could potentially make money on YouTube without ever making a video. Next up is just get somebody else to do it for you. Now, it's funny because there's a lot of different ways that videos can be created and uploaded into YouTube, or any platform for that matter, for a monetary gain, for a financial, compensation, for revenue and profit, without you actually having to record it. And you can go on Fiverr, you can go on Upwork, you can go on onlinejobs.ph, and you can get people to make videos for you. You can get people to make faceless videos for you. You could even hire actors and actresses to make videos for you. You can literally do whatever you want without ever having to own your own camera. Crazy enough as that sounds. Additionally, you could sell products and services to other creators who are. So in essence, if I created some form of, let's just say I'm like my music here. I really like my background music. I like the vibe. If I'm creating music, okay, well, be a musician, create music, and then offer your music for sale to creators that they could use in their videos. And now you can make money on YouTube, or by way of or through YouTube, without ever having to make a video. And that's just one instance. Others include script writing, thumbnails, ghostwriting, titles, editing, voiceovers, special and unique talents, user-generated content. This is a big deal. And you could also, one that I don't really like and enjoy, is use other people's videos and react to them. But we're going to gloss over that one because the whole reaction-based niche is kind of getting oversaturated and overdone and abused, and I'm just not about that life. Now, fair use and including somebody's clip to build context and to help tell the story is one thing, but blatantly ripping off somebody else's video and just popping it into the lower corner of your video and then just watching it, hard pass, cringe vibes, just straight up ick. You know what I'm saying? So source deals, okay, source deals, brand connects, sponsorships. You can make money on YouTube, by way of YouTube, other social media platforms, without ever creating or recording a video, by bringing deals to those who do. Okay, earn a commission, earn a royalty, a fee, a flat rate fee, or a percentage based return for these deals that you can bring. Advertise by way of other content creators to drive traffic and sales to your own business. And this is another way that, you can make money. If you have a mobile detailing, car washing business, and you connect with YouTubers, specifically, maybe better yet, YouTubers in your area, and you are featured or mentioned or shared or promoted or linked in a description or whatever it may be, they can promote your business by way of their videos, and you never have to make one. And there was actually a guy, and he was trending for a while. I think he was like Michael Myers, and he had this mask on, and he would pull up in this pickup truck, and he'd get out, he slammed the door, and he would do a little dance. And then he started evolving that content into different people's trucks. So he would borrow their truck to do these videos, these shorts that got a lot of views and got a lot of eyes on it, but people would see the name on the truck as a form of advertising and marketing and branding. And granted, maybe these folks don't necessarily see the payout from YouTube specifically, but they see the boost and the growth in their business and the return on investment and the revenue and profit. And that's where the money comes in. And honestly, I got to tell you guys, I think for the most part, I think most people out there would love to get started on YouTube, perhaps maybe to make money. But if they started making money and it wasn't coming from YouTube, they wouldn't be upset about it. You see what I'm saying? So this is a means to an end. This is a tool, okay? We use tools to make our lives easier in order to get a job done. And if that job is making money, then let's use this tool to make some money. But as with any tool, it's really important that you know how to use that tool effectively. Otherwise, it'll be worthless. Next up, we got AI and Dream Screen, which these are being offered by YouTube specifically. We've got in video, text to video, and essentially you can just use typed commands and prompts to create videos without having to record yourself. And I guess now would be a good time to mention faceless channels. For instance, if you don't want to be seen on video, you could just press record and just not be on video. Use your surroundings, use your environment, use your computer, use nature. Or if you wanted to, use BRoll and clips that you've recorded elsewhere or have even downloaded from places like Storyblocks. Now I also have on here compilations and video essays, but these are a little bit different than just reactions. So the compilations, they stitch content together instead of actually just making or creating content, but in essence you are. And you can use these compilations and these video clips to create video essays that are actually doing really, really well on the platform right now. We've got blog posts and blog posts with embedded videos for reference, okay? Now, the cool thing about this is you can write blog posts or have someone write blog posts for you, put them on a website, and then embed YouTube videos into the blog post to help with SEO and other reach and impressions and, interest on your blog post. And you can use links to videos on YouTube to make that happen, and you don't have to make the videos. Now, this one's a little bit of a catch because it says go live and do a live stream, okay? And the reason why I have this included is because I feel like a live stream feels different. I feel like a live stream feels different compared to making videos, okay? It's almost like being on a Zoom call, but instead you can get paid to do it. So with a live stream, you're probably not going to have a lot of editing. Now, granted, there are applications for which, like I used yesterday, Ecamm Live, and that was how I was able to put the comments on the screen and put the text on the screen and things like that. And I can incorporate a lot of different things. You got StreamYard, and there's another one out there that I think Colin and Samir had mentioned, or maybe the Editing Podcast. It was Colin and Samir or the Editing Podcast, one or the other. And there's a variety. There's so many out there. You could use OBS Studios. The list goes on and on. And I think a live stream just feels different. And therefore, it's not like making a video. And I'm gonna include that in the list of ways to make money on YouTube without making videos, because it's just a live. I feel like it's different. Let me know what you guys think. This other one here is also kind of a catch too, because you will have to be on camera, or maybe you can just be a voice on the phone. And to do that, you'll be a guest. And you can be a guest as a subject matter expert. You can be a guest on a podcast. You can be a form of entertainment, comedy, an extra, just in the background maybe. And these are ways that you could be included on someone else's video without you having to make the video specifically yourself or be the primary focus of the video. These last two are pretty cool in my opinion because they kind of go outside of the box a little bit. The second one more than the first one being to join a large channel for behind the scenes production. And this could mean a variety of different things. But my channel is pretty simple, pretty easy. It's just me, same with Squirrel Tribe. We don't really go too crazy with it, but there are some channels out there that have teams of hundreds of people that all have specific tasks, roles and duties and job duties that are crucial to the creation of the content. And these folks will never ever be seen on video. They'll never be on camera. They don't have speaking roles, but they are a part of the team that makes it happen. You got to think about, for instance, Mr. Beast and how extravagant his videos are. Think about how many people are on that staff to make it happen that you'll never ever see. But they do help, they do make it possible, and they do make money from videos on YouTube without having to make videos on YouTube. With the last being an investor. And this is the last one on my list, but in theory, there could be more. If there's any that I've left out or that you guys can think of, feel free to include them. Be an investor. If someone is trying to, and this is a little bit like what we talked about yesterday on the live stream, if someone's trying to create a video and it requires a large sum of money in order for it to be done, then you could potentially be an investor in that video to provide them with what they need in order to get it done, and then in return receive your money back and then some profit. And you can make money on YouTube without having to make YouTube videos. The best way would be to be able to invest in a video without having to spend any money. Think about it. As this plane flies overhead, there's a YouTuber out there, very successful YouTuber out there. There's actually multiple, there's a lot, but I'm gonna go with number one, Doug DeMuro, and number two, Forrest, and his car reviews. And essentially, now I gotta add Ben Hardy to the list too, but there's so many out there. And Supercar Blondie. I gotta stop, Cars with Luke. It just doesn't stop, but either way, people can invest, companies, businesses can invest in YouTubers' content by way of providing them with access to a vehicle, access to a location, access to a facility or behind the scenes, or access to something that they don't have, that they need, that can create this video, create this content that can produce profit that they can then, or at least revenue on their part, that they can then use to compensate you as an investor for your whatever you allowed them to use. And I guess this one can go on the list too. I forgot that there's another one, and it can go on the list on whether you want to make YouTube videos or not. But at the end of the day, oftentimes some of the most successful YouTubers are what I would like to call glorified Google searchers. And you can make easy money by doing this and creating videos on YouTube from essentially providing answers or explanations or just basic search results from Google search, from TikTok, from Twitter, from YouTube, from doing research based on the questions and interests that the audience has, which you can easily find in the comment section as we go back to number one, which was harvesting comments. And the next one on the list here is a completely different video, and I'll save it for later. Let me know if you guys are interested. And it's proof that this YouTube thumbnail gets small channels 10 times more views every time it's used. If you want that video up next, smash the thumbs up. More importantly, if you made it this far in the video, give it a thumbs up, give it a like. If you choose to give it a dislike, then cool, that's cool too. But hey, either way, thumbs up, thumbs down. Tell me what I did good, tell me what I did bad. Tell me what you liked, tell me what you didn't. Tell me what you would want more of or less of. And that would be very, very helpful in navigating this and getting a better understanding. I appreciate your honest feedback, as what I bring you is pure honesty through and through, 100%. And yeah, that's it for today, guys. I'll see you on the next one. Take care.